Yo, what's going on, everybody? This is Lee Van Dam here, and we've got the March on Titan raid in full effect. I've been able to take care of all the missions, so I want to go over some concepts with you because I think a lot of units can get this done. But I'm going to talk about my team at the end of it after I go over the concepts and let you know what I'm doing. And I've been listening to you, and so I appreciate your feedback. At the end of the video, I've got a screenshot that's got the gear loadouts for my whole team, so that way you'll know what I'm working with. And you'll realize that I really don't have all that great stuff, but it does get the job done, so I can't be mad at that. So let's get into it. Titan really provides a different look and a different angle to the Esper fights than Bahamut. And so the pesky no Esper summon an Esper mission makes things really interesting because you got to keep the fight going long enough to be able to fill up the Esper bar. And sometimes the Esper bar is not nice to you. So I've got a few things that I'm doing to make it a little easier to fill up the bar. So I hope this helps you out. And so let's talk about it. First things first. Titan is not immune to any stat breaks at all. So break every stat that you can, because the lower that Titan stats are, the more damage you can mitigate, and the longer you can keep this fight going to make sure that you can get a hold of the Esper and be able to summon the Esper. So 5-star units, even though they don't necessarily have the best attack power, they're the ones with full break. So if you don't have any other options, they're really good for coming in and just full breaking Titan, and then you easily got a great chance of surviving the fight because all of the stats are mitigated. You just got to be able to buff yourself as well, so that way you can create the largest gap possible in stats between you and Titan. Next thing, normal attacks are really good for filling up the Esper bar, but you know, it's hard to work them in sometimes because you want to deal damage, and we all know that the skills deal a lot more damage, the spells deal a lot more damage, so on and so forth. In this fight, because Titan's move list is almost all physical damage, this is a great chance for you to fill up the Esper bar using counterattacks. And so counterattacks will give you a really great opportunity because, you know, they're basically normal attacks that happen in between rounds, and they'll give you a really big boost on limit burst crystals and a greater chance of getting Esper ores. So counterattacks are one of those things that I would load your units, your team up with units that can counterattack. Almost all of my team can counterattack in some way, shape, or form. I'm going to go over that a little bit more when I talk about my team, but that's really the meat and potatoes of how I was able to summon the Esper. So the man of the hour is going to be Snow, and Snow is really, really good in this fight. He's built for this fight for quite a few reasons. The first reason is that he's got high hit points naturally, so he's able to survive, and he's a really good target for all of the attacks in this fight because he's got really high hit points. Mitigation doesn't really matter because you're breaking Titan stats and you're going to buff your own stats, so that in itself is going to guarantee the mitigation. You just need to make sure you have a consistent target so that way you can avoid your team falling under petrification. Snow fills that gap quite well because he's got draw attacks, so 50% of the time he's going to be the target anyways, and so when you provoke with him, it almost guarantees that he is going to be the target of the single target attacks, which all you got to do is equip him with a ribbon, jewel ring, safety bit, or something else that makes you immune to petrify. Boom! You don't have to worry about petrify anymore. Then the fight's easy. It's just mitigate the damage, speed up Titan. Hashtag speed up Titan. Love it. Good stuff. So that's really the whole gist of the fight. That's all I'm doing this whole time, and you know, just surviving long enough so I can cast the Esper. Now my team in particular, here's what's going on, and I'm gonna go around starting with Dark Fina, tell you all their jobs, what they're doing, blase blase blase. So Dark Fina, she's here in this fight really just to deal damage. Now if I didn't have anybody else to break Titan, she's able to do it with physical fall, and she does it well. She just doesn't have to because other people on my team can take care of the breaking for her. So she's just here to deal damage with Ultima, and she's the one that I want to cap the chain off with, so that way get a really big boost to Ultima. Cecil. Cecil is here for a couple of reasons. You know, Cecil already he mitigates damage really well by himself, so he's going to survive. I've got a black belt on Cecil, so he's helping out with the counterattack front. And Darkfina also helps out with the counterattack front with Retaliate. And it deals some good damage. Really nice. Back to Cecil. So he's got a black belt on to help out with the counterattack front. He's going to cover tank Snow because Snow's going to be the target for almost every single target attack. So that's going to be it. Of course, he's going to get a lot of chances to counterattack because of all the AoE damage. And he's also going to be the one to rebuff stats mid-fight. So that way, Rafia doesn't have to stop healing. It's going to be very important because you want to make sure that you keep your stats high and Titan stats as low as possible. So that way, you don't actually accidentally take too much damage in a round. Really, really important. But next, Snow. We talked about Snow. We know what he's about. He's the tank. He's the counterattacker. Boom. He's going to be the one that really helps you get those espers because once you see Snow counterattack like 5 or 6 times, it gets ridiculous. It's funny. It's almost like watching King with shooting normal attacks when Snow has to counterattack so many times to finish out the round. But you got to love it because it really helps you make sure you get those esper orbs. Next, we've got Rafia. She's got 2 jobs. First job, Embolden. Gives you 5 turns of attack and defense boost. So it's plenty of time to make sure that Cecil gets his limit bar up to be able to rebuff you. And her other job is to heal. Because of how the setup is, the rest of the fight is really just healing through all the damage. And that's it. It's a normal raid take and spank, to be honest with you. And so those are her 2 jobs. She can attack when hit points are high, just to help with generating limit burst crystals and esper orbs. But yeah, she buffs the first round, and then she just heals out the whole fight. That's it. Next, we've got Zhao. Zhao's in the same boat as Snow. She has a really high chance to counterattack. If you really, really need to, you could have Zhao be the tank and be the target for all the single target attacks because she could do it with either Provoke or Unleash Chakra. She has 60% chance to counterattack just like Snow, so that would still give you a high chance to get the most damage out of her possible. In this fight, she doesn't have to do all that because Snow is here. She's also a very good breaker in this fight because she can break attack and defense. And she just deals good damage. So that's Zhao. She's got high hit points to survive everything, which is very important in this fight as well. Last but not least, this particular fight has got Noctis in it. Now, I originally had Noctis in here because I wanted to make sure I could break magic and spirit. I did another fight with Orlando because he breaks attack and magic together. But found out magic and spirit didn't matter as much as attack. So I still break it because it's going to give me the most mitigation possible, and I just do that to practice it. But honestly, he's just here to deal damage. He doesn't even have to use cover for MP management because the counterattacks really speed this fight along to where we don't really run out of MP. Darkfina was the one that was closest to doing it, but she could have always Osmos, and so she would have gotten her MP back anyway. So that's the team that I'm working with. The friend's interchangeable because this team could actually run a 5-man and kill Titan just fine. So if you use this setup, let me know how it works out for you because for me, it's going to be easy breezy getting raid tokens, and I hope it is for you too. Let me know how you do in the comment section below. If you have any other techniques for taking down Titan, I'd love to hear them because definitely like all the help and suggestions I can get. If you got any suggestions for me, let me know in the comment section below too because I really appreciate your feedback. And I saw that I've got over 300 subscribers now. Really excited about that, and so I want to take time to thank you. Really appreciate you coming by. Really appreciate your support. I couldn't have done it without you guys. And I just want to work hard and make sure that I keep putting together relevant content and really good videos for you, so that way you'll continue to stay tuned. If you like this, throw me a like. If you haven't subscribed already, be sure to do so because we always have a lot going on and we cover a lot of stuff on my channel. As of right now, Brave Exvius and Tekken 7 are going to be the 2 main focuses of the channel. The other games I'm going to I'll hit them, but it's not going to be as often as it used to be just because Tekken 7's back. Got to get in tournament shape, and so there's going to be a lot of matches for that, but I'm not going to slack up on Brave Exvius. I love the game. I'm going to make sure to keep coverage on it, so don't go away and don't worry about losing anything on Brave Exvius. So until next time, take care, God bless, and I'm going to slide you over to the page that's going to show you what my team's working with gear-wise. Appreciate you. Thank you so much.